We are your area news team.
And now it's time for another edition of Agriculture in East Texas, brought to you by Shelby Savings Bank. This time we met with Rodney Golden, a chicken and hay farmer located outside of Timpson, Texas.
Both my granddaddies had chicken houses back as far as I can remember back. Back then they built them out of whatever they could find. I remember my granddaddy on my mother's side having pallets stood up for part of his walls in his chicken houses.
And your father taught you the chicken business?
Yes, sir. He had 3 chicken houses there on the original place that he raised chickens for several different companies over the years. Right Kears, Southern Broilers. It was even called Green Acres at one time.
We loaded up in his ATV and he gave me a tour of his farm. In addition to chicken houses, Mr. Golden's farm also has a hayfield as well.
This is a particular piece of property that I bought from Mr. E.L.D. Spain in 1997. It was pretty well timbered back then. Me and my wife came in here and cleaned it up and made hayfields out of it. It's really been profitable for us. This is probably some of the best hay ground that I've got as far as making quality hay.
He also shared with me how one pesky kind of worm can spell big trouble for hay farmers.
This is army worms. In the hay business, if it ain't hogs rooting your place up, it's army worms eating your grass. They're just by the thousands in here. We sprayed some yesterday, but this particular patch we didn't get to. It got dark on us yesterday afternoon. You can just pick them off the grass. They're on the ground, on the grass, they're everywhere. They not only suck the life out of your grass, but also eat it. That's supposed to be a fully developed leaf like that right there, all the way to the top, and you see the destruction that they've put on it. We run a little hay business. Been doing that since about 2000. We had 400 mama cows at the time, and me and my wife decided that we were just tired of chasing cows and building fences, and as it turned out, there was quite a bit more easier money to be made baling hay in the summertime than there was chasing them cows.
And out of chickens, cows, or hay, what would you say would be your favorite?
Oh, I have no doubt that baling hay is by far my calling. I remember taking Mama's sewing thread and going out in the yard and raking up grass where she had mowed the yard and tying strings around it.
Mr. Golden also showed me his chicken houses, and I learned a little more about the poultry business.
Justin, this is my granddaughter Tyler. Her and her mama, with a little help, has put down 6 houses of chickens this morning. They were through by about 10 o'clock.
And about how many baby chicks would that be?
96,000, 16,000 a house.
That's a lot of chickens. And currently you have 12 chicken houses, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And your children, or stepchildren rather, are running the houses right now?
Yes, sir. I have a stepson and his family down there. There's 3 generations living on the farm right now.
While I was there, they were in the process of cleaning their chicken houses. Mr. Golden tells us more about his method of chicken house cleaning.
We're in the process of cleaning out this particular house on this new farm. It's going on to the hay fields. We've got a bobcat in there right now and 2 trucks. Mr. Kenneth Campbell's cleaning it out for me.
What has been some of your favorite things about agriculture and farming?
You get to be your own boss, Justin. Make your own hours. It involves a lot of hours, but you get to make your own. You don't have no boss to tell you when to get up, but you better be disciplined enough to be able to get up and get with it every morning and know that it's going to be dark when you get through every day. My granddaddy bought this place, 50 acres here in the 40s. He gave $12.50 an acre for it. And over the years, it's just been added to. I always said you didn't want to own everything, you just wanted everything that joined you. Well, that's what we've tried to do here.
But all this may soon be coming to an end for Mr. Golden.
This was my wife and myself's plan to be buried here when our time came. But because of the unsustainability of the chicken business, we don't see it happening. We're probably going to have have this marker moved off the place into a cemetery somewhere, because the chicken business is just so bad. We don't see it sustaining us till it's our time to go.
And while a bitter pill to swallow, Mr. Golden's troubles are all too true for many people in East Texas. With Center Broadcasting Company, this has been Justin Mott reporting.
As I look for a home, just an humble abode among men.
Agriculture in East Texas is brought to you by Shelby Savings Bank.
Heaven, a mansion is waiting for me, and a
CBC-radio.com, keeping you connected wherever you go.